Welcome to the Nutrition Coach Pharmacist. I am your nutrition coach, Amy Wilson, and today we're going to talk about inflammation. I had someone reach out to me and ask if I could talk a little bit about fibromyalgia and maybe what could help fibromyalgia. But as I was thinking about that and all the things that could help fibromyalgia and help the flare-ups, it comes down to inflammation. And inflammation also has to do with high blood pressure, has to do with diabetes, has to do with certain cancers. We also know it's possibly to do with Alzheimer's. So there's a lot of things that are associated with chronic inflammation. We all know what kind of acute inflammation is. It's like, you cut your finger and your finger kind of swells and your body immune system comes and attacks any of the bacteria, and the swelling, we know that's kind of inflammation. So what happens with chronic inflammation is kind of the same thing, is that your body sees things that shouldn't be there. It increases white blood cells. It increases its fighting mechanisms. It's an easy term. And the problem is when it becomes chronic. And what do I mean by that? It means that you are constantly giving the environment that your body doesn't like. And it becomes this constant just force of inflammation, of swelling, of your tissues, of your vessels, of the insides, just being in a chronic state of inflammation. It's not a good thing, especially when you're talking about blood sugar, your blood pressure. Think about if your vessels are inflamed. If there's more resistance for your blood to work, it's going to increase your blood pressure. So what else does inflammation, do? It's, we got cancer, we do have fibromyalgia. So what can we do about it? It really all comes down to three things: your nutrition, fitness, and sleep. The big one, though, is your nutrition. And why is that so important? Well, we're seeing increase of colon cancer in young adults, under 30. That's crazy. And one of the reasons we're seeing it is because of nutrition. And it's poor nutrition, meaning that it's not getting real food. It's ultra-processed food. And ultra-processed food, if you think about anything that comes in a bag, anything that's fast food. So if it has a lot of additives, if it has sugar, has a lot of sodium, it's really not food in its natural state. It's been manipulated somehow, ultra-processed food. The more ultra-processed food that you put in your body, the more it causes inflammation. And it causes what's called visceral fat. Visceral fat is the fat that surrounds your organs. So if you have this big muffin top, or you feel like you never can lose this area around here, that is your visceral fat. So what does that do to fibromyalgia? What does that do for blood pressure? What does that do for diabetes? What does it do for Alzheimer's? We know that chronic inflammation and what you do with nutrition plays a huge, huge role. So if somebody is on an ultra-processed diet compared to somebody who's decided that, I'm going to go natural, I'm going to go whole foods. I'm going to eat fruit, vegetables, meat. I am going to do little processed as possible. So I'm not going to be going to McDonald's. I'm not going to go to Wendy's. I'm not going to grab that bag of Doritos, or, hate to say it, your Pepsi, your Coke, all that kind of stuff, decreasing your sugar, decreasing even artificial stuff. So anything that's fat-free, anything that is sugar-free, all of that stuff, chemicals. And your body sees it as foreign substance. So no wonder it's going to try to get it out, and it's going to attack some things and cause that inflammation. So the more that you can go with real food, less processed food, the better. One, you're going to feel better. Two, you're going to notice even just inflammation around your joints, headaches. So let's talk about fibromyalgia, joints, certain points of pain points, feeling tired all the time. So when you feel that way, the one thing that you do and gravitate towards is junk food, because you're like, oh, I feel so crappy. Ice cream would be great, or fries would be great. The thing is that when you feel that way, you need to really hone it in, dial it in, and go for that real food. Go for food that will help your disease and not hurt your disease. So going for the meat, the fish, the vegetables, the fruit, instead of the junk food. And you will feel so much better, and that inflammation will go down. The next thing is fitness. So with fitness, with going walking, we can decrease the blood sugar. We can decrease your high blood pressure, which is also much easier with fibromyalgia. The problem is sometimes with fitness that we go to cray-cray. And when we go balls to the wall, leave everything on the floor, every single class, go to the gym for 2 or 3 hours, we're also causing a state of inflammation. We're causing that inflammation because when you tear down your muscles, you're going to get some kind of inflammation. The problem is you're not giving your body a break. You're not giving it a chance to recover. So working out is great. Doing cardio for hours every day, doing boot camps every day is going to set you up, 1, not to be able to lose weight, and 2, for chronic inflammation, and 3, for injury. So if you can decrease that amount, get some lifting in, walking, doing some cardio, but not for hours, you're going to be much better. Finding that balance along with your nutrition to make sure you're getting enough nutrition to support that activity is going to do wonders. And then the last thing is sleep. Sleep is huge and it's so underrated. We wear not getting enough sleep with a badge of honor. Oh, I only got 3 hours of sleep and I can do X, Y, Z, or I can always function on less than 8. No, you can't. You might think you can, but your body's saying, So when you don't sleep, your body has increased cortisol. So hello, cortisol is a nice little hormone that does promote inflammation. So you're increasing cortisol. When you increase cortisol, you also increase glucose. When you don't sleep, you also crave sugar. So you're kind of like in this never-ending cycle of wanting junk food because you're not getting enough sleep. You're not getting enough sleep is also causing issues on your repairing, on your recovery, on your ability to function the next day. So sleep is extremely important. And I know I hear all the time, well, I can't sleep. I have issues going to sleep, or I have issues staying asleep. What can I do? Let's talk about your sleep hygiene. Have something that you put in place every night, kind of a ritual that helps you get into that sleep. That it may be, I wash my face, I brush my teeth, take my whatever, supplements are, and read a book, and then go to sleep. Turn off the screens, turn off that blue light. That's going to help, because we do know that that screen is going to keep sending signals to your brain that you're awake. The other thing you can try is taking some magnesium. Check with your physician or practitioner first. Magnesium does help sleep. There are several I like. So if you're interested, just, let me know in the comments, and I will definitely give you some brands that I absolutely think are amazing. And work on going to bed at the same time, getting up at the same time. And I know you don't want to hear this on the weekends or when you're off. Same thing. You want to get in that habit. You want to get in that ritual. And if you do that, that is also going to decrease your inflammation. And when you decrease your inflammation, here's the kicker. You're going to decrease the fibromyalgia flare-ups. You're going to decrease your blood pressure. You're going to decrease A1C, which is part of what we look at for prediabetes and diabetes, decrease that chance of cancers. So it's a win-win. Eat real food, fitness, reasonable fitness, not cray-cray fitness, and sleep. And all 3 of those are going to help to decrease that chronic inflammation and for you to feel so much better. If this helped you, please share, please like, hit that subscribe button. And in the comments, let me know what other topics you would like for me to cover. And if you want information on any magnesium that I like, also comment and I will send you the products that I think are pretty amazing. All right, have a great day. See you next time for the Nutrition Coach Pharmacist.